Checo Perez, well, what can I say? I mean, I've lost count of the amount of times I've posted videos regarding him losing his seat at Red Bull and his lack of consistency with his performance. But so far, all these discussions have always been about the possibilities, but now it's a literal do or die kind of a situation as things have really heated up at the sharp end of the field that Red Bull can no longer afford for Perez to bottle the car and play catch up to the front runners. The Belgium Grand Prix will be the judge of Checo's future with Red Bull. I mean, he really needs a clean weekend and he has to deliver the performance of his life because Max Verstappen is also taking a 10th place grid penalty for the race for taking a new engine out of his allocation for the year. So Red Bull really needs its second car in this race, and this will be the judgment race of Sergio Perez's performance that could either help him retain his seat at Red Bull or could cause for him to be replaced by someone else during the summer break. Red Bull is set to have a meeting regarding the same after the Belgium Grand Prix, so his performance here can easily make or break his career. Checo is the only driver among the top teams who has not scored a race win yet. Though Red Bull is not expecting Sergio Perez to be winning races, what they expect out of the second car is to be there with Max and to be maximizing on his race results every weekend, which is very much reasonable. Pretty much Red Bull expects Checo to be delivering weekends like he did at the start of the season, to be picking up podiums when Max is winning the race. Checo managing to deliver such competitive weekends at the early stages of the season is a proof that he still has what it takes. But the bigger question is what's causing for him to have this massive downward spiral as the season evolves. Because this has been a recurring theme since 2022, and in 2021 Checo had a much more consistent of a performance towards the tail end of the season, which makes me wonder if it is the car which is becoming tricky for him to find the ideal setup window with for him to extract the maximum performance out of it. Because till the Miami sprint race, his performance was actually very much competitive. And with him moving to a simple setup direction this year, I expected Checo to be much more consistent with his performance than what he was last year. With Checo getting his warning from Red Bull that his next couple of races like Hungary and Belgium will be the judge of his future at Red Bull, Checo got off to a great start during the free practice session of the Hungarian Grand Prix. But as we got to qualifying, he repeated his mistake from the British Grand Prix qualifying session of losing control of the car while going through a corner on a damp track, crashing out of the qualifying session. Starting P16 in the race, Checo did a great job by managing his tires on an abrasive track surface to maximize on his result to finish P7. But that also makes me wonder what it could have been if the qualifying session had gone his way. Still, the strong race pace is a promising sign for him to take away from the Hungarian Grand Prix heading into the Belgium Grand Prix weekend. With the discussions of him losing the seat during the summer break heating up, Checo should deafen the noises to focus on his performance to deliver a solid weekend for the team. When asked about whether he'd continue racing for the team post summer break, he said 100% correct, and that he'll be running a different spec of the RB20 to Max here at the Belgium Grand Prix. He also added that we were able to find a couple of things that were out of sync that potentially can transform our season in the coming races. So he generally sounds pretty confident about his performance in the race. And this is a track in which he has usually performed really well at even during his worst performances at Red Bull. Though in free practice 1, which is when I'm actually filming this video, Checo found it really tricky to put the car in its ideal performance window as he was struggling to get a feel of the car going through the corners and was struggling to find the balance with the car's setup. I hope these are just normal teething issues at the start of a race weekend and that he should be able to iron it out by the end of the final practice session. Checo is a very good driver, though the sponsorships and the merch sales has really helped him retain the seat longer at Red Bull. I don't think he's a bad driver or he's washed. So I really hope he can find his way back up to deliver a solid race weekend here at Belgium for him to retain his seat, at least to see out the season with Red Bull. Because it's one thing to lose your seat mid-season as a new driver, but it's completely another thing when you lose your seat mid-season as a veteran. So yeah, in general, Checo seems to be more confident about the RB20's performance than what he was about the RB19's. So I really hope the issues that he's facing with the car are more on the surface level that he easily should be able to get on top of to really revive his performance. But if he fumbles it again, I think it's just inevitable that Red Bull will swap him with another driver mid-season, which though would be absolutely heartbreaking to see your favorite driver be dropped mid-season from Red Bull, I can completely understand where the team is coming from because it's the championship that's at stake. And in that case, I really hope that Red Bull goes for a long-term solution and not a short-term one to just see out this season. So yeah, as I said, Till this point, we were just talking about the possibilities of this happening, but now it's really here and it's the breaking point. It's a do or die kind of a situation for Sergio Perez, and he really needs to deliver a good weekend for Red Bull. He should either finish on the podium if Max ends up winning the race, or he should at least finish in the top 5 if Max finishes in the podium. That can be classified as a solid performance from him here at Belgium for him to have any kind of justification to be retained with the team. So yes guys, these are my thoughts and opinion, and I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Let me know down in the comments on what are your thoughts on all of this. I'm curious to know what's your take on it. With that being said, subscribe to the Master channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell icon while you're at it so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And until next time, it's me Vinesh from Meister, and I'm out. Love you guys, stay safe, peace.